You're listening to DraftKings Network.
Ever since switching to T-Mobile, something weird has been happening. I get to cut lines.
Oh, right this way.
Who, me? I can stream shows at 30,000 feet. And I was able to buy reserve tickets for my favorite band.
It's not just you. With T-Mobile, everyone can get VIP status. That means access to exclusive events and experiences just for being a customer. At T-Mobile, VIP means YOU. Check out the VIP treatment at T-Mobile.com/benefits.
You know that sound. It's the sound of money hitting your Venmo account. A friend paying you back. Or maybe it's getting cash back from your favorite business when you pay with the Venmo debit card. Or it's realizing you can pay with Venmo at checkout at thousands of brands. Now, there are so many more ways to answer the question, what's your Venmo? Download Venmo today. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. pursuant to license by MasterCard International Incorporated. Dosh Cashback terms apply.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
It's a little bit crazy in here today. There are some emotions and things happening that I just saw it happen. Jason Kelce hasn't played in the last 24 hours, and I just saw his value drop. In the other room, everybody was yelling at each other. They took away his late-night show and started giving his late-night show to other centers around the league.
Jurgens tonight.
Oh, I'm in on that.
Late-night Jurgens. Which sounds a lot like my high school experience, but either way, we're here.
Does he have a brother that could date a celebrity?
Oh, man.
You guys saw yesterday's Philadelphia Eagles game.
Yeah.
Said to yourself, well, they don't need Jason Kelce. You guys told me that was an important center. None of us know how to measure that.
I mean,
he just has a podcast.
It could be entirely possible that this is a Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love situation where the Eagles just have generational center after generational center. But a couple months removed from him stepping down and getting all sorts of media opportunities that we've never seen a center in the NFL ever get. And they're much better at running the ball. They had 7 rushing touchdowns. He goes in there hurt, and they still dominate the line of scrimmage. Jurgens tonight. Yes.
Can you guys tell me who the second most famous center is ever?
Mike Webster.
I mean, you got in there confidently, but you took somebody from the 1970s that a whole lot of people listening
It's been a while, Dan.
here haven't heard of.
I genuinely can't without Googling. I have to Google for assistance on finding out famous centers.
I do think that 3 years from now, given just general difficulties of late night, a group of executives are going to get together with the Jason Kelce decision to give a late night show and be like, what were we doing back then? Like, we got carried away, right? With the whole thing.
Caught up in the moment.
Is he like Hawk Tua for media sports people?
I feel like it's Jeff Saturday, but if his last name wasn't Saturday, would he be as famous?
That's a good
one. Put that on the poll at Le Batard Show. Would Jeff Saturday be as famous if he wasn't named Saturday? And put the second thing up there as well. Is Jeff Saturday the second most famous center ever?
I've always thought about that. I've always thought that about Dwight Lauderdale in this market. Like, just gets a boost up having that last name.
Yeah.
Is that something you've thought of a lot? Is it? Dwight Lauderdale, an anchor from 15 years ago.
I have to be honest. I have thought the same thing.
It's true. It's true.
I thought it was
He's
fake.
broadcasting in one of the major cities is Fort Lauderdale, and he's named Dwight Lauderdale.
Was he going to do that wherever market he ended up in?
Look, I'm on to him and Al Sunshine.
Nick Mangold's been in a lot of commercials.
Yes, that's a
lot
good
of
one.
commercials.
That's a good
Might
one.
be on the Rushmore.
Yeah.
Rushmore, literally. Rushmore. You got 4 that you need to put up there, and you've only given me 3 so far.
Webster was a great answer, I thought.
Barrett Robbins?
I mean, Webster's up there, right? It might be Barrett.
Pounceys are good.
The Pounceys had their day.
I think Jessica skews Pittsburgh here, though, because I don't think the majority of the audience knows who we're talking about when we say Mike Webster.
Olin Kreutz?
Ooh.
Anybody who would fight your teammates, anyone whose teammates are all scared of him, like Olin Kreutz. You guys were watching Eagles Commanders yesterday, marveling at the fact that it was just a fight, right? That they just decided at some point to start punching each other. punching the ball out, but it's okay if it doesn't hit the ball and just hits the dude's face.
Is that what Marcus Lattimore does now?
Yeah. That's all he does.
This dude's a problem. He's just always fighting.
I mean, that position's got to suck to age at. Especially if you were as good as he was. Like, that was a person. Mike Evans beat him up the last time they faced each other, but that was a person who gave Mike Evans problems, was it not?
Yeah, I mean, Lattimore was at Ohio State and certainly in New Orleans. He was incredible. And now he's moved on, and he's gotten kind of like bigger, and I don't know if he's just he was always physical, but now he's just really overcompensating because his body can't quite do the same things by just trying to be really powerful and mixing it up with big, strong guys. And like there was that stretch where there's maybe like 35 seconds of game time where Philadelphia scored the 14 points when it was a one-score game. And Lattimore's just like totally out of the game in his own head. He's playing his own game with A.J. Brown.
Yeah, just fighting him.
He just like totally short-circuited in that. And he was brought in to be a soothing, veteran, calming presence there for that secondary. And the guy's just having like a crisis of confidence within his own body. He's just overcompensating by just going crazy.
I think when you're talking all-time centers, you have to include Bulldog Turner.
Yeah.
All-decade team. I mean, great name, Bulldog. I mean,
that's all you're doing there.
Yeah.
With both him and Saturday. You're taking the nickname, and the last name.
Yeah. Two-way player looks like he led the NFL in interceptions in 1942 as well.
Wow,
really?
Wow. Classic Bulldog.
Wow, that is impressive. That the center led the league in interceptions. That'd probably be hard to do today.
I know this is a weird market to do this in. I've noticed from my group chats that a lot of people don't feel bad for the Buffalo Bills because they're Dolphins fans. But I woke up, like, I haven't hurt for a team that I haven't had a connection to like this in quite some time, because Josh Allen and this Bills team gets to be historic losers. Sadly for that franchise, it's not the most known historic loser. But it's not like they choke in these games. It's not like you can pick apart his performance. He plays so well every time he goes up against Patrick Mahomes, and they still come up short.
Stugotz. Dalton Kincaid stole from Josh Allen what would have been a Buffalo Bills memory for all time.
No doubt.
On a catch you've got to make, because the play that Josh Allen made running straight backward 12 yards back is the play that needed to be made to beat Patrick Mahomes, and he made it. Josh Allen made it, and Dalton Kincaid did not.
And we didn't obsess over this over the watch along because there's so many things going on, and we're not here in the feed, and I'm not monitoring social to know like what a big deal it was. He got that first down.
Well, wait a minute. You know what? They got the first down before that. The play before that, they got Kincaid, I think, was the one who got the first down. Both spots were bad, and this is where I say this is really stupid the way that we're doing this. That we decide what Josh Allen is for all time over game of inches. Just two referees running at each other, and they're running in different places. They're spotting the ball differently.
There's nothing more annoying than that. You see them running, and they're just like, wait, they're a yard apart. How does that happen?
I mean, the angle from behind him was it made it seem obvious when he just needed to get to the pronounced line over there. But I think what stings the most, and you could see Josh Allen wearing it in his postgame, is it's not just a Super Bowl appearance for that market. It's not in his legacy. It's not even one potential championship. Mahomes is literally standing in his way from being Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, from being an all-time great.
Josh Allen would be Patrick Mahomes were not for Patrick Mahomes constantly throwing the door in his face.
Right, and Spags, I mean.
Go ahead and look at the stats on last night's game. Josh Allen was better. It doesn't mean anything. It won't be remembered that way.
To Mike's point, teams with 4+ touchdowns and 0 turnovers are 21-2 in the playoffs since 2000. Since 2020, excuse me. The two losses, the Bills at Chiefs, 2024 AFC Championship, Bills at Chiefs, 2001 divisional round. Mike is right. Patrick Mahomes is keeping Josh Allen from being Patrick Mahomes.
It's not just that, though. It's Patrick Mahomes needing to be on a team that has no precedent in the sport if they win another game. Like that the last 3 years of Chiefs football, it's not just that Mahomes is standing in his way. It's something that will look like an empire when we look back at it 30 years from now.
And think about the last 2 eliminations in the postseason. Josh Allen made the play. Kincaid can't make the play. Diggs can't make the play for him. He makes the throws in the moment. And to even come up with that throw after what I can only describe as a satanic disguised pass rush from Spags. It was
no one dials it up like him.
It was evil.
Yeah.
That was pure evil, what we saw. And Josh Allen still found a way to get the ball off and find a receiver.
But, if we're being honest, he just threw it up there.
Yes.
Hoping that it found someone.
Kincaid was open. He saw Kincaid.
But he just threw it up.
He just threw it
He
up there,
did.
hoping that the play would happen.
Now, you would say, hey, Josh Allen has made so many ridiculous plays for us over the years. Kincaid needs to catch that ball. It was right in his hand.
He did need to catch that ball, but
Right.
Josh was heaving it downfield, hoping something would happen. He was running for his life. Come on, that was crazy.
Agreed.
What's he supposed to do?
Same way, though, that Eli Manning just threw it up to Tyree, and Tyree made the play, and it's remembered for all time.
I don't think that'd be a catch now.
It'd get overturned on
If we were to
replay.
relitigate that play, I don't think that would be.
It touched the floor.
Yeah, I don't think that would be viewed as a catch now.
Let me ask you guys something, because Mike mentioned how as he went home, his feeling for the Bills got worse. Are any of you confused by the sheer lack of happiness for the Chiefs? Like the nationwide lack of happy that is Chiefs adjacent, where nobody seemed to be rooting
No one's happy
for that
for the Chiefs.
as that result.
Why is that? Why does no one want to see this happen?
I mean,
no
no
one wants
one-
to be part of history. I don't get it.
I mean, you kind
They're
of get
so lovable.
You kind of get tired of the same team doing it again and again and again, right?
I don't know. This is a different team. Are they villains? They wanted to be villains last year. They tried to make themselves villains. I don't view them as villains.
The positive for them is they're playing Philadelphia.
I was going to say, do we
Right.
want to see people from Philadelphia happy? Get out of here.
I don't view them as villains either. I think maybe some of that stuff starts to play because Buffalo just seems pure. They're you can root for that type of underdog from that market, that scrappy team and their playing style. So when you juxtapose them from the other team that's just so likable, maybe they become unlikable. But I'm not there yet. I wanted to see them lose. Someone made the point yesterday that we just went from a dynasty to another dynasty with no break in the middle. The last time that we saw an AFC Championship without the Patriots or the Chiefs was 2017.
I wonder where the line is, though, on where it is that people get tired of the greedy, gluttonous
I think
empire
it's 2 Super Bowls
building.
in a row.
Yeah.
I think we all have Chiefs
there.
fatigue right now. Unless you're a Chiefs fan, you're like, man, I've already seen this matchup. I've already seen this head coach. I've already seen this quarterback. I've already seen this tight end. We're still doing this, huh?
The matchup was a classic, though. I mean, the first matchup. It was a great game.
I was rooting for the Chiefs.
I know. I understand people not wanting to see the same matchup twice in 3 years, but it was a great game.
Well, at some point with the Patriots, it turned from a cute story to that's enough. It never did happen to Michael Jordan, but he took a break in between. Michael Jordan was not someone the nation tended to be rooting against, no matter how many underdogs made an appearance, nor did people tire of him.
We wanted more.
I think the Patriots even turned it again towards the end. At the end, you're like, I kind of want to see Brady win again and see if he could do this. At the end of his career, see if he could do this one last time. And then he goes and he wins one in Tampa too. But I think that the Patriots were so long that you kind of rooted for them and then you hated them. And then at the end, you're like, can they keep doing this? I kind of want to see how much they can do this.
The thing, though, with Mahomes that is happening, because this is the most limited offense he's had. That's the highest scoring game they've had this season. They needed all of it. The thing that's happening with Mahomes is it's happening so much for him so early that I don't see people rallying around his superstardom in a way that supports I'm witnessing historic greatness the way that you would during Michael Jordan's day, because somebody's not supposed to get there every year. Even 7-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady wasn't getting there every year. And so, there were stops along the way where you're not one win away from 3 in a row. And does Jessica have this right when she says it's 2? It's 2, and when you're going for the 3rd, that we're all like, it can't just be like that. But again, we were okay with it before social media. We were okay with it with Michael Jordan a million years ago.
I think the average fan doesn't root for historical greatness. The average fan roots for their team. And if you're a fan of almost any team in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes has beaten you in the last decade and you're sick of it. You want him to lose. That's how it ended up with the Patriots. At first, I was like, this is annoying. And then the Steelers kept losing to them in the playoffs. And I was like, all right, someone needs to stop this.
Right. Tom Brady did. I mean.
But, do you want to give Nick Sirianni all of that power? Really?
Yes, I do.
You want to see Nick Sirianni on a power trip holding the Lombardi with a ring? That's not the person that you want to see put an end to this, right?
This is a message from sponsor Intuit TurboTax. Now taxes are 100% free when you file in the TurboTax app if you're a first-time filer or didn't file with TurboTax last year. That's right. Just do your own taxes in the TurboTax app by February 18th. Had a few jobs last year? It's free. Have a lot of forms? Yep, still free. Have a bunch of new invisible crypto coins? Heads up, it's still free. Convince you saw Bigfoot even if your friends don't believe you. Then that has absolutely nothing to do with taxes, but you better believe it's still absolutely free. Just download and do your own taxes in the TurboTax app by February 18th. All tax forms, all 100% free. Now, this is taxes. See if you qualify in the TurboTax app. Excludes TurboTax Live. Must start and file in app by February 18th.
Hey there, wellness warriors. If you're like me, you've given a lot of thought to how to improve your health and wellness routine this year. I've started stretching more, do a little mindfulness and meditation every day, try to clear my mind, make my body feel right. Take your health routine to the next level with the magic of contrast therapy. Meet our new amazing sponsor, Redwood Outdoors. They're making it easy to bring the benefits of saunas and cold plunges right to your backyard. A Redwood Outdoors backyard sauna seats 2 to 8 people, where you can relax, unwind, and enjoy all the benefits like reduced muscle tension, improved sleep, and glowing skin. And it doesn't stop there. Redwood Outdoors' invigorating cold plunge helps to boost circulation, sharpen your focus, and leave you feeling absolutely revitalized. Whether it's detoxing deeper, reducing inflammation, or connecting with loved ones in moments of peace, Redwood Outdoors has you covered. Enhance your physical and mental wellness routines with Redwood Outdoors. Take advantage of special savings today. Visit redwoodoutdoors.com, use code DAN to save $175. That's redwoodoutdoors.com, code DAN to save $175 on your order. redwoodoutdoors.com, code DAN.
Hey, Jeremy.
Yes, Mike?
Have you ever had a fireside conversation during a football Sunday during the winter?
Sure. We don't have a lot of fireplaces down here, but I've had the premise of it.
I wish I could, but it's South Florida. When it gets down to the 60s, we're bundled up, but certainly no fireplaces. Still too warm for that. But we do have our football Sundays. And one thing that always makes football Sundays good, and I know you've had plenty of experience in your life with this, Miller time.
Oh, yeah.
Miller Lite makes the winter better. It makes football Sundays better. It makes even hanging out around you better.
Thanks, Mike. That was kind.
I appreciate that. You're my friend. When I have a Miller Lite in my hand, pretty much everybody is my friend because we are like-minded. Because we like beer that actually tastes like beer. Oh, and now, the new year, it's the perfect time to have a Miller time. Miller Lite is brewed for taste. People out there, I want you to listen to me. And Jeremy, you too. Because you know, it hits just different than other light beers. The original light beer since 1975, and still the very best one. Miller Lite. Great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. Tastes like Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Dan Le Batard.
I want to talk about a team that I actually want to see come playoff time. I want to see the Chiefs.
Oh, Stugotz.
I want Patrick Mahomes strolling into my stadium with max confidence. I want Travis Kelce. I want Taylor Swift. I want the team that lost to Jordan Love. I want the team that lost to Aiden O'Connell. I want the team that trailed 17-0 to Jake Browning. That is the team that I would like to face in the playoffs. That's the team, indeed, that I would want to face in the playoffs because that team is not very good.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
We have a ton of emotion here in the room today. And Stugotz, last night, Greg Cote came out of the gate. He was complaining because he didn't have his Miller Lite. Well, it was a strong complaint, and it was a good complaint. He was cantankerous about it. He was bothered. He's like, is this a watch party or is this a watch symposium? Mm-hmm. Like, where's my Miller Lite? And so he came out of the box here roaring, again, maximum curmudgeon, and took us all off guard where he decided to start the Watchalong last night. Why are you ripping the Walter Payton Man of the Year?
okay, I'm not ripping it, and God bless Walter Payton and his memory and legacy, but I'm ripping the NFL for advertising this off-field award as the NFL's most prestigious award. No, it isn't. The NFL MVP is a bigger award, right? I mean, winning a Super Bowl is a bigger award. God bless the men who have won the NFL Man of the Year because they did great off-field work, community work. Just don't call it the most prestigious award. I don't think even the men who have won that award think of it as the most prestigious award. That's all I'm saying.
It's like the Medal of Freedom.
Well, if you say so.
Okay.
I mean, what's his name? Lionel Messi wins the Medal of Freedom. Doesn't even show up for the award. How about that? He had too busy. 19 people win the Medal of Freedom. 18 show up for the award. Lionel Messi's, doing God knows what.
He needs his beer. I'm telling you, somebody's got to go get some beer because
I don't think so. Actually, I'm all for making it a Miller time, but Greg's cooking. Let's keep him like this, cantankerous Greg.
And again, that's not a negative on the NFL Man of the Year, the MOY, the Moy. It's a great award.
I don't think it's called the Moy.
Yeah, Man of the Year.
No, it's called the Walter Payton Man.
It's not the Moy. The Moy is not what it's called.
WP Moy for short. But it's a good award. Nobody on earth can name who won it 2 years ago, but it's such a prestigious award.
He's right.
You're always in trouble if Greg Cote starts something with "God bless so and so, and
covered himself on the front end.
And
yes.
here comes the butt.
God bless Walter Payton.
I wrote that down.
Can I ask an insensitive question, like amongst friends here, no judgment?
Okay.
Damar Hamlin, nominated for Comeback Player of the Year again.
Oh, well, he was bad.
What is he coming back from this time? He's just bad?
Yeah, he was not that good last year.
Well, he was never good to begin with.
But this was his best season.
I mean, 3 interceptions, come on.
He finally played. He was a backup his whole career.
But he came back last year, to Billy's point.
Yeah, but he was good for them this
But
year.
come on, this feels like a makeup award. Like they meant to give it to him last year and then they didn't. So we'll just give it to him next year.
They're low on
Hopefully
nominees.
People forget when the incident happened.
I've heard rumors that the expectation was that if Flacco won, he was going to give it to Damar Hamlin. And Flacco was like, nope, this is mine.
The Chiefs were hunting Hamlin last night, especially on whatever the Mahomes running plays were.
Yeah.
Take it
I
easy.
think even if his last name was Tuesday, we don't really talk about him the same way. I think Sunday is like the only other day of the week he could have gotten away with.
There was a baseball player called Rick Monday. No one talked about him.
Back to my dad's point about the Walter Payton Award. Do you think there's any jerk out there that just tells his agent, "Hey, I want in on this award"? It's all just for the
sure.
Dude, it's all for the pub. It's just I want all the photo
are there
ops.
incentives if you win? I assume some players probably have
get the patch.
awards in their contracts where they'll get more money.
There can't be a charitable incentive if you win Walter Payton Man of the Year award.
There has to be.
No.
There almost has to be.
I
The
imagine
league should donate to whoever wins.
That's what I imagine they would do.
Okay, perhaps, but I don't think anyone's got a contract clause that pays them more money. Otherwise, you'd have 50 guys. Hey, get me some turkeys. I'm going to the orphanage this morning.
And this honestly may have to be Josh Allen's pivot. Just go all in on that award.
That's
Win
the
the
most
Walter
prestigious
Payton?
award, yeah.
I want to see the emails of the one guy telling his agent, "Hey,
No, they don't.
I don't care about the
they
good
don't-
stuff.
They don't leave a paper trail on
It makes
that.
me look good."
Those are all meetings that have no paperwork.
Those are all
on them.
voice notes.
The Man of the Year winner receives a $250,000 donation and is named to a charity of his choice. The other 31
Wow.
finalists receive donations of their name of $50,000 to each charities of their choice.
Mike is right. I can't name the guy who won it 2 years ago or at any time, but I'm guessing if we were just guessing, J.J. Watt has won that award, right?
2017.
Really?
Don't they wear a special patch on their
the Walter Payton.
Yeah. Looks
Cam
like
Hayward
Batman
won it
almost.
last year. I did know that.
The idea of a guy coming into his agent and marketing team and being like, "This year, you guys bring me the sick kids." All right, we're going to take a lot.
I need this award.
Look, every Tuesday, I'm taking pictures. We're going to win that award this year.
You put me in a children's hospital.
Leslie, Bill, Paul. If you don't win me this award, you're fired.
Plenty of pictures. post like crazy because if I just do this for doing it, it's not as nice.
Bring an outfit change. Maybe people think I go more than once.
I also like the idea of somebody going in there and just being aggressively, you know what? I'm going to take a lane no one else is taking. I'm being shameless about from day one of this season, I'm going to win this award. Like, I'm going to say it out loud. Hashtag slogans.
That would be terrible to commit so much of your life to charity work.
It'd be the worst,
That would be
honestly.
so shameless, Dan.
What a ruse.
Terrible.
Just to win the award.
What's the cause? Water? Nah, not enough eyes.
Have you guys noticed? Have you noticed that the ticket that Goodell gives away every single week is the exact same seat number? So he's constantly giving away
What
tickets
ticket?
to every day. Goodell.
He's been doing a ticket giveaway?
Yeah, every playoff game they give Super Bowl tickets to like fans or have done something for the team or whatever, right? And every single time it's the exact same seat number.
Like it's a stock photo, probably?
No,
so they're
it's a
not showing
giant
the
printed
actual-
out prop like that they
But you
go
think
and
that's
they,
the actual ticket,
No,
like the
it's-
seat?
No, I know that it's not.
It's
but,
like when you have a phone number in a show and it's like 555 fake number.
But they're holding 2 tickets with the exact same seat number. It's like, oh, we gave away 2 tickets, blah, blah, blah. And it's like they couldn't even put seats 6 and 7. They're both like seat 6. They printed one thing multiple times. They take it city to city, and they're giving away the same exact seat.
You think they should create multiple props for each city?
I think it's going to be very confusing, honestly.
They're all
Once
gonna get
they
there
get
and
to
they're
the
gonna be
Super
in the
Bowl,
same seat?
everyone's going to have the same seat.
That
What's
would
the
be
usher going to do?
confusing. I think you have to sit on the other person's lap who got there first.
You mentioned the 555 hotline number. We tried last week a failed experiment. We are revamping it and hopefully trying to get 1-800-STUGOTZ as the number so that we can make the hotline a little better. But Stugotz, on his way home, learned of this hotline, was bothered by the 2 hot takes that were selected by the producers to punctuate segments last week. And so he decided on his way home, our sponsored hotline, to leave his own voicemail on the way home. Again, this is something he did years ago. He can't help himself. He's got to give opinions wherever it is. They'll be recorded. Let's see what we have here.
Hey, Dan. Stewart on a mobile phone. First time, long time. Love the show. Anyway, Dan, I don't know if you watched the games over the weekend, but I did. And let me tell you something. I got to be honest with you. If the Chiefs think they can play like that, the way they did against the Texans, if they think they can play like that against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, they got another thing coming. I mean, they do. And let me tell you something. If the Chiefs play the way they did last weekend against the Texans and they play that way against the Buffalo Bills, the Bills aren't just going to win the game. They're going to win the game by 3 touchdowns, possibly 4. How about that? I'll hang up and listen.
They did not.
Well, they play better.
That Boost Mobile boldest take from the weekend is presented by Boost Mobile, the newest 5G network in the country.
How was God Bless Football this morning? How did you guys do?
It was bittersweet because we love football so much, and no one loves football more than Billy, that we get sad this time of year because we just have a single game. Like, my Saturday felt empty. I didn't know what to do with myself. There was no college football, and now we just have one football game left, and then it's over. So it's a bittersweet day here on God Bless Football.
Yeah, we have the Pro Bowl games coming up. And we pretend to care about basketball a little bit, but it's just not the same.
Did you guys have enough games yesterday? I was telling you before that you get addicted to the stimuli of give me all the games, and then next thing you know, you've got a 3:30 start and a 6:30 start. You don't know what to do with yourself at 1 o'clock on a Sunday, because you've been binging all season a torrent of games, and now all of a sudden everyone gets out of the way for the 2 showcase games, and rather inexplicably, late at night, Thunder Blazers, the only game on the NBA schedule.
Weird. I like the 3 and 6:30 start. I like having more time to get my stuff done on a Sunday before the game start. I enjoyed it.
I don't like fewer games. I'd prefer week 15 to that weekend.
Unless you get that game, the one you got at 6 o'clock.
I have no complaints about the game. I just want more games. Like, at this point, they've spoiled me with this. At this point, the sugary addiction of the action is such that I'd prefer 6 games to the 1. I'd prefer 6 o'clock, 6 games in the 4 o'clock window.
If you got the storylines around that AFC Championship,
it was enough.
And it delivered. Those 2 teams always deliver.
Yeah.
It's always the drama. It's like, I'll never get sick of hyping that game between those 2 teams because it always delivers on every single one of the storylines.
This is how we fix the Chiefs fatigue situation, by the way. Someone just hire Spags as your head coach.
We would all prefer just to watch that game again, right?
Yeah.
Like if I told you I'd give you the Super Bowl, Bills Chiefs again, you good?
I'm good with that. But this one's
no,
pretty
then
good.
I would have Bills Chiefs fatigue.
Billy thinks, and we apologize because this was brought up during God Bless Football, that Spag should bring all the secrets to Buffalo.
Can you get me the recycled take sound, please, at Le Batard Show?
It's a good take. I don't care if it's recycled. I mean,
would you be okay with, put it on the poll, Juju, would you be okay with just the Bills and the Chiefs playing again for the Super Bowl and everyone just telling Philadelphia, you know what, next year, well, sorry. You got whatever, we changed the rules.
Or they play again since they won one time each this year. They play again, and then they play Philly. Like, we just... the Pro Bowl's canceled.
But what if Buffalo wins the next one? Wait a minute.
Then
it's Buffalo and Philly.
Buffalo beat them in the regular season, so technically this season they're 1-1.
Bill should have forfeited that regular season game and not shown them anything.
Yep.
Right, so the Chiefs should agree to not be in the Super Bowl so they can play the Bills one more time and potentially not be in the Super Bowl.
Correct.
They already just won the
Play
game.
the Bills again, beat them, play the Eagles, beat them, then play the Bengals.
You guys are like shitting on the NFC side of this. I thought the Eagles game was pretty good, pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley is really freaking good.
Philadelphia's going to be favored. They are favored, are they not? Is Philadelphia?
I'm not sure. I think the
It's
Chiefs.
Mahomes, no way.
The Chiefs were a 1.5 point favorite. Yeah.
All right, I'd watch that line over the coming week because
rather than admit that you were wrong.
Yeah,
I'm down
Keep
with
an
that.
eye on it.
I like that move. Yeah,
I am watching it. It's already up to -2.
I like that move.
I will be right in a week.
Just keep an eye on it.
I will. I'll keep an eye on it.
He's not, guys, come on. He's not saying anything. He's just saying watch it.
I happen to agree with Dan. I think people are going to pound Philadelphia. I do. I think people feel like that's the best team in the NFL.
Just like they pounded the Bills.
Once they realize that Jason Kelce has been devalued in the last 24 hours by this show.
He's petitioning to get into the Hall of Fame like next year, right? Before kind of his career is not invalidated, but somewhat proven. Maybe he wasn't the secret sauce in the Twitch
I just
push.
saw it invalidated when I came in today.
Well,
You
no, but
guys-
no one's doing that on air. That's just private talk. Private talk is different than on air talk, Dan. Come on. You know that.
The way that Philadelphia runs the football, where their quarterback is their worst skill position player.
That's how you have to do it, Buffalo, around Josh Allen. And I know the contract's going to make it tough. It's made it tough for Patrick Mahomes, and he's found a way. Also, kind of funny that Patrick Mahomes is on the Chiefs because of a trade the Bills made, and Xavier Worthy cooks them, and Xavier Worthy is on the Chiefs and not the Bills because of a trade the Bills made. Yeah.
Billy, we did it on air.
Maybe. Problem with today is there's so few football storylines that it's inevitable. We're gonna have the same things, you know.
Right.
We did
only 2 games.
We did the trade thing. We did the.
No, I disagree.
the
I
Spags
believe
thing.
that all over content making, people are going from 1 hour to the next, not saying exactly the same thing that they did.
Here, Billy, I'll
before.
debate something you said earlier. I don't think Josh Allen just chucked it up. I think he knew there was a receiver down there. I think he's that. If you look at the replay, his eyes are downfield. He's trying to find an open guy. And the pass was like pretty good, too. It just, Kincaid was sort of like awkwardly turning. It was low. You couldn't catch it. And I feel bad for him. I don't think it was anything like the Mark Andrews play.
It honestly speaks to how impressive Josh Allen is because it looks like, to Billy's point, that he's just chucking it up. But no, Kincaid right there.
Let's examine that play for a second because fine for me the Sam Darnold playoff game where the announcer from on high is just saying from the safety of the press box near the hot dogs and the free media chips, just run, Sam Darnold, even though you're surrounded by cyclones of menace and horror. Just know that what is around you is something that you should see clearly the way that I see it from up here. Ben Solak, didn't he come out and say on that play that Shakir was wide open down the field as Josh Allen ran 12 yards backward in a panic?
Hold up. Did you describe it as cyclones of menace and horror? Wow.
Imagine Dan witnessing a crime and the cop has to take down exactly what happened. Like, what the hell happened here?
Can you dumb it down?
I would say that Chris Jones is a cyclone of menace and horror in any context that I were to run into him where I was trying to do something that he was trying to prevent me from doing. I'm going to be okay with what it is I've just said there, and if you don't like what I've said, that's fine.
But how tall was the person?
He was just a cyclone, as high as not a cyclops, a cyclone.
Oh,
of
big
menace.
difference, yeah.
Yeah. When when Ben Solak is saying that Shakir is wide open for a first down over there, and Josh Allen is running backwards with his legacy over here, and it's Chris Jones coming up the middle of the field on him.
You do it.
Yeah.
He's getting blitzed, and also it's 4th and 5. So if you throw it behind the line of scrimmage and he doesn't get the first down, the game's over anyway. So I get why he's looking downfield there.
The man must have been 8,000 ants tall.
Go ahead and play the sound of that announcer screaming and yelling because Sam Darnold couldn't see what could be easily seen from the press box.
He's holding it too long. Just run. Throw it, man. He's holding it too long. Just run. Throw it, man.
It's a great call.
The casual indifference of
just run.
Yeah, just like it's so easy.
He's holding it too long. Just run. Throw it, man.
I have a bold take. I'm the man standing up in a crowd meme. I'm super into this Super Bowl. The one that we saw recently was one of the best Super Bowls ever. The line is already telling you, keep an eye on it, by the way, that these two teams are very close. The Eagles are a totally different team than since their early season struggles. They've found this new explosive run game where I think you're accurate. It is a bit of a hot take because it'll get picked apart, but Jalen Hurts is probably, of all their skill guys, the least impressive, the least good at his job. It's an unbelievable matchup.
The guy who said just run was London Fletcher. I mean, that does give it more credibility, right?
He's holding it too long. Just run. Throw it, man.
I suppose that, London Fletcher played, and he was used to whenever it is that he came into a place, someone would just run away from him. So his life experience is that if someone is being chased, they should just run. But Sam Darnold, tends to throw his way out of situations. I do understand how it is we have all of the answers after someone else has lost the game. But I do want to present to you and the audience again the general stupidity of deciding that kind of game that always delivers with consecutive plays of the refs marking the ball in the wrong place and therefore deciding that game. Now, a number of different things could have happened after that, but at that point, it was Bills 22-21, and as soon as the Bills failed to recover, they never led again.
Right. Yeah.
So they lost the game on 2 plays where they couldn't get an inch in a game where they spent a lot of time not being able to get an inch on short yardage runs. Like, that was a historic game situation where the Chiefs were stopping Josh Allen and the Bills in short yardage situations an inordinate number of times. That's not a normal thing that you saw. And on consecutive plays, the decisions being made, and I don't know how much this is being talked about today, because now when the Chiefs win, everyone starts talking about every one penalty, every one call, how it is they're favored, how it is in the last 12 games the other team always has more penalties they do, how it is on that 4th and 5 play that there was a flag on the screen until Kincaid dropped the ball, and then that flag was gone. Never mind, we don't know what that call was, but I'm sure that it's just that call is the Chiefs go directly to the Super Bowl. The flag is just a referee comes up and accidentally says in front of everybody, "I'm sorry, Bills, you've been eliminated. This flag means the Chiefs and Taylor Swift get to play Philadelphia in the Super Bowl." It's how it's being received. Do you or do you not see the stupidity in doing the measurements that way, where it's 2 guys, linesmen running at each other, and they both got their foot in a different spot, and that's how we're going to spot the football?
I mean, I'm not sure. The stupidity that I see is the Bills coach running the same exact 4th down play that he ran 4 plays before. That's the stupidity that I see. I mean, seriously, that's a big moment. As you pointed out, they're up by a point. They're on the road. They're trying to put the 2-time Super Bowl champions away. That's what you have to get that. Patrick Mahomes always gets that, and Josh Allen doesn't always get that. Can you question the way they're marking the football? Of course, but that's the way they've been doing it forever.
But he got it.
He got it.
Well,
but
he didn't.
I want to know the conversation when these 2 line judges are running at each other and they're 2 yards apart. Do they just have a debate? Like, no, I got this one. No, I promise, I saw it. No, Frank, I'm telling you, I saw it. It's right here.
Made one Frank, huh?
Yeah, they got to be a Frank.
We have a fine situation. You mentioned
Good
London
guess.
Fletcher, and it confused everybody. It wasn't London Fletcher,
I already
so that goes to
messed
the
up.
Venmo fine bucket.
Yeah, how much do I owe?
I don't have the.
And you're
that
right.
a name wrong or a mistake?
If London said it, it would have meant more. Unfortunately, it wasn't. It was Ben Lieber. It means nothing.
I think it was.
It was also not Ben
Ooh,
Lieber.
that's
Is that 2 fines? Was it Pete Burchett?
There
it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Notre Dame linebacker.
Oh, he played linebacker.
It's not cash anymore, Stugotz.
Yeah, I got to do the
Is it
QR
opposite
code. I got to do something.
Just
Mike will show me how.
Ben Lieber, that's $2.
Mike, you're going to have to come.
Yeah, we got a QR code.
It's so easy, guys. Venmo's very easy to use. You guys know how to do it. Stop making it seem like it's not easy.
I paid my
It's
Venmo
very
fine.
easy.
Actually, if
Right.
you go into your transaction history, you know the account, so you can just send it.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Just 2 clicks. Boom, boom. It's done.
Who is keeping an eye on whether Stugotz is paying these fines or not, or whether he is just faking his way through pretending to pay the fines?
I'm watching the line.
I feel like we're being watchdogs right now.
Mm-hmm.
Keep an eye on that line. Let's see how much that moves during the course of the week. You guys say that the Chiefs, you should not bet against Patrick Mahomes, but all season long, I have seen Chiefs lines that are super small, including in that game last night, where they told you, the money told you if that game's played on a neutral field, the money says Buffalo's better. That Buffalo is the better team because the home field is a 3-point advantage, and pretty consistently people walk away from betting against or doubting Patrick Mahomes with the feeling of, why did I do that? Why was I such an idiot that I would think this is the year that they were vulnerable?
They are inevitable because they're not just always going to make the right plays. They're not just always going to, on both sides of the ball, do what they have to do to win the game. But also, they got the friendly whistle, too. And they've had it for like 7 years. Like, it's just...
In every game.
It's a bummer.
Just one time I want them to get screwed. Well, they did a couple years ago. Remember
it was the right call, and Patrick Mahomes
screwed.
didn't shut up about it.
Yes, right.
Hey there, wellness warriors. If you're like me, you've given a lot of thought to how to improve your health and wellness routine this year. I've started stretching more, do a little mindfulness and meditation every day, try to clear my mind, make my body feel right. Take your health routine to the next level with the magic of contrast therapy. Meet our new amazing sponsor, Redwood Outdoors. They're making it easy to bring the benefits of saunas and cold plunges right to your backyard. A Redwood Outdoors backyard sauna seats 2 to 8 people, where you can relax, unwind, and enjoy all the benefits like reduced muscle tension, improved sleep, and glowing skin. And it doesn't stop there. Redwood Outdoors' invigorating cold plunge helps to boost circulation, sharpen your focus, and leave you feeling absolutely revitalized. Whether it's detoxing deeper, reducing inflammation, or connecting with loved ones in moments of peace, Redwood Outdoors has you covered. Enhance your physical and mental wellness routines with Redwood Outdoors. Take advantage of special savings today. Visit redwoodoutdoors.com, use code DAN to save $175. That's redwoodoutdoors.com, code DAN to save $175 on your order. redwoodoutdoors.com, code DAN.